Hi, I'm Irene Holmes. Welcome to my stories. Loretta Files Rosewood, Chapter 5, The Story He Chose Not to Tell. Old Harold, Loretta said with a smile, if you promise the same thing to 3 women, at least make sure they're not sitting at the same table. She said it aloud and quietly laughed. She was very pleased with this evening. She had managed to stir up confusion in the minds of Betty, Grace, and Nora. After all, they had no idea that Harold had privately sworn love to each of them and promised the moon and the stars. Now the ladies would be watching one another very closely. An excellent evening, Loretta laughed again and stretched sweetly. She was a little tired of her noisy companions and decided to go rest. But she didn't know that all evening the ladies had not been alone on the balcony. Behind the thin balcony partition quietly sat Mr. Grayson, listening, a former newspaper man, a bit of a grumbler, but with a sharp mind and an ironic view of the world. Once he had written biting commentary for local papers, but after his wife's death, he stepped away from work. He wasn't eavesdropping on purpose. It was simply his professional habit. Not long ago, he had run a newspaper column called Whispers by the Window. Loretta had long returned to her room. Grayson heard her humming a popular tune, and the old writer kept staring at his laptop screen. On the screen blinked the headline that had seemed brilliant to him an hour earlier. Love Passions in Rosewood Garden, Seniors, Romance, Jealousy, and Revenge. The article was finished. Everything was in his signature style, sharp, sarcastic, full of hints that lived between the lines. Mr. Harold Thompson, heartbreaker and charmer flowers, dates, secret promises, deceived women, Loretta's revenge. But something kept him from pressing publish. He remembered hearing laughter that evening, soft, a bit husky, but alive. Loretta. She had laughed with the ladies, holding a cup of coffee, looking genuinely happy, not angry, not vengeful, just a woman finally breathing freely. He knew everything about her, her past life with Harold, her years of work, betrayals by people she trusted, and much more. He saw a kindred soul in Loretta, intelligent, observant, with a sharp sense of humor, yet so vulnerable. And for the first time in many years, he smiled and realized he liked this woman very much. He imagined Loretta discovering the article, her proud, calm face suddenly stiffening with hurt. No, he didn't want that, not for her. Grayson sighed, erased the headline, and closed the laptop. Let Rosewood Garden live peacefully. And as for him, he decided it was time to buy a new notebook, not for gossip, but for notes, real human notes.